This is my review for Godfather of Harlem, Season 2, Episode 7, Man of the Year.
Everything comes from the darkness.
Now, if this is your first time here, make sure you subscribe, like. But I got an announcement, man. The Godfather of Harlem is one of the best series I done seen in a while. Now, it ain't finished. It ain't all the way through, right? So it's still in Season 2. Usually the real great ones be good probably up into Season 4, Season 5, then they start slipping a little bit. And then the really great ones, the all-time great ones, they stay good until the end. You know what I'm saying? But this is on that level of like The Wire, Entourage, that was one I liked too, Game of Thrones, you know, stuff like that. Like the best series that I didn't watch, Godfather of Harlem is there, man. You know, it's it got everything. The writing great, the actors great, they pace it great too. The directors do it. I mean, they do a great job, man. But let's get into the episode. Now, it start with Bumpy Johnson, and you see the Man of the Year thing, then they go back. Usually I don't like when shows do that, but they put it off dope. You know, they go back and then they show you how you get to this point. The crazy thing is, they had Bumpy Johnson, he was taking an oath, he was joining a society, and then Ernie on the opposite end, right, he was joining, or he was becoming a made man with the Italians, you know. But we gonna touch on, we gonna get to Ernie, Stella, Vincent, Joe, all them, but we gonna touch on Bumpy first. All right, let's touch on Bumpy first, because he had a big situation going this episode, and they touched on a lot of necessary stuff. That combo between him and Malcolm was deep, man, because all the good Bumpy do, it's a contradiction. You know what I'm saying? Because he creates the problem, and then his daughter straight up told him. Elise straight up told him, like, yo, I was getting high off the dope you sold. You know what I'm saying? Like, facts, you know. He made a lot of money and he helped a lot of people, but he hurting the community too. And everybody know it. And for them to have that conversation and it start hitting him a little bit like, dang, that's not to mean, that don't mean he gonna be like, all right, I'm done hustling. No, I don't think that by a long shot. But it sunk through by the end, and they end up telling Margaret the truth. They end up telling Margaret the truth, which I was happy they did that. Like, don't tell her. Don't wait till she... Because usually the longer like people wait to say something like that, that's big. The longer people wait to say something like that, the more it hurt more, you know. Because people be, oh, they like, dang, y'all just lied to me my whole life. Even when I became of age, you know, like, why y'all ain't tell me when I'm of age? Because I could take it if you just tell me, but you just hold it and hold it and hold it. So they got it out. That was good. Made me, man, that girl, first off, that's a beautiful chick that's playing that role, one. But two, her story, the story got me, and it got to Elise too. You know how she was, you know, she was assaulted when she was younger. You know what I'm saying? And then, later on, I mean, it messed her up. So later on, she couldn't even have kids. Bumpy don't even know that. It's so, you know, it's so much to deal with. She ain't even told her husband. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she shared that with Elise, and that right there made Elise come to terms, which a lot of people that's in Elise situation, I can see that a person still being like, nah, that's my daughter, I'm taking her. You know what I'm saying? Even though y'all didn't put in all this work, I'm okay now, that's what I want, you know, which would have been a little selfish, but for her to actually come to an agreement with Mamie was dope. And it made sense for them to still let Margaret stay there instead of, you know, just uprooting everything. You know, that made sense because that they raised her, you know what I'm saying? And it was difficult for Bumpy too. To sit up and tell a girl that think you her daughter, nah, I'm granddad. You know, that's big, because you don't know how she gonna react to that. You know, because even with her being young, dog, that could ruin the whole family. She could react to that and go totally left and start being disobedient now, and, you know, all type of stuff, you know. So, but Margaret reacted to it good, and they got it out in the open, which was dope, you know. But this episode here, for them to come back, this was a strong episode, because while all this going on, right, and Bumpy still, he doing his hustle thing. You see him working with the society, right? And it was funny when he was taking his oath or whatever. They like, yo, now get down on the floor and act like a wolf. Bumpy like, what? Like, dog, I ain't doing that. Like, y'all gotta be messed up. You think I'm about to get down on all fours for this society that I'm paying to get into? You know, because he trying to get those connections, and they hustling too. So you see they raised prices on him once he got in, you know, so everybody's hustling. But that part was funny to me, because he just like, man, I ain't doing all that. I said I want to get down with it, but I ain't doing all that, you know. So he stood for something. You got to stand for something as a man. And then on the opposite end, right, I started to go in on this, but Ernie become a made man. I'm like, look at Ernie. He done became a made man. But the thing is, Stella ain't got it all. Stella don't got it all. And I don't think she gonna end with Ernie. I think both of them crazy. Both of them, she might like him a lot. She might even love him. But I think she just a loose cannon, you know. And that's a beautiful girl that's playing her too, you know. But she tell her father, she tell Vincent what's up, right? Which that smooth things over with Joe, which them two great actors, the dude that played Vincent, the dude that played Joe, I done seen them in other stuff, two great actors. They got a better relationship now, because Vincent thought that Joe was the one that killed Benny. I think his name was Benny, the dude that died. Vincent thought Joe killed him. But Stella come telling him this story. He like, okay. So me and Joe could be good now. And that's what happened. They was able to smooth that over. Joe want to get Bumpy bad. Like, he want to get Bumpy, but I don't think he gonna get Bumpy. That's the only thing, you know. And they got a war that's coming. It seems like it's inevitable that they gonna just be at a real war where Bumpy knocking off Made Man and they trying to kill Bumpy and all that. But it seems like that's coming unless Vincent go back to Bumpy's side, which I don't see that happening too fast. But anywho, she tell Vincent about Benny. Stella, she tell Vincent about Benny. I'm like, alright, Ernie better get out of there. Ernie leave. I'm like, cool. Now the guy that went to check it, I knew he was dead. I said, oh, this dude's stupid. It's no way I would have went out there and did that by myself and not told some other people. You gotta tell some other people, dog. Because then, naturally, he gonna have to choose between his daughter and you. Well, you think he gonna choose? Soon as he would've, if I was in that position, I'd act like I forgot and walked in while everybody there and said, hey boss, I found Benny body, Stella was right. You know, like straight like that. And he would've got mad, but everybody would've knew. You know, you don't wanna be the guy with that secret. You know, that's a secret that I might've, if I would've found her body, I might've went to the family. You know, to everybody, the big main boss, and let them know, like, yo, this what happened, da-da-da-da, you know, I don't know what to do in this situation, son. But he did nothing. He tried to keep it like, okay, boss, I'm going to keep your secret. I'm like, dude, you going to die. So he keep the secret, and of course, at the end, boom, Vincent end up killing him. And Benny gonna still be cool with Vincent because of that. Because when Benny come back, even though Benny lied, but not Benny, Ernie, even though Ernie lied, he did help his daughter, because his daughter shot Benny first. His daughter shot Benny, then Ernie hit him in the head. So it's like, yo, your daughter already shot him. I'm just, I had to, boss. That's how I play it, So that situation, but Stella, off the rails, dog. Vincent, Ernie, and anybody that end up dealing with her, be careful. Because she hot and cold. Straight up. The last thing that I gotta touch on is something that's definitely gonna be addressed going forward. The guy, I think his name Nate, he stole from Bumpy. Dang. And watching it, I knew it was him. Like, the whole time when they figure out somebody stealing, and shout out to Whoopi Goldberg, because she was in this. But Whoopi, she done figured out, she like, nah, somebody shaving. Somebody doing a little, stealing. So she tell him that, and you see the other dude, Dale, he like, yo, you can't steal from Bumpy. He ready to kill somebody. So they go to the dude, Junie, and he done put his face all in the dough. He like, yo, you stealing? He about to kill him. And that's when the dude, Nat, finally, hey man, let me talk to you. I'm like, it is him. I was right. I was hoping I was wrong, but I was right. They get in the car, they riding, and he tell them, I'm like, oh, Dale might do him in right here. Now the thing is, if Dale don't tell Bumpy, both of them gonna be on the outside, which is gonna hurt Bumpy organization, because them two people he trusts the most. But he gotta do them if they don't tell him. I really hope Dale say something, but from the looks of it, Dale like, alright, you might be okay. Dale might not say nothing. They might just replace it and try to keep going forward. But once you set a precedence that, alright, if that happened, we gonna just replace it. It might happen again. So going forward, we gonna see Bumpy organization get shook up, and that's typically how stuff fall from the inside. It typically don't be from the outside. It always be somebody getting a little greedy on the inside that you didn't let too close. So that's how I see the organization probably gonna fall, man. But this series here, I'm doing another video, right, where I'm gonna do the best series of 2021 so far that everybody should be watching. And Godfather of Harlem is definitely gonna be one of those, because this probably my favorite series going, man. It's amazing. It's amazing. Great writing, everything, man. But I ain't gonna keep going with the video, man. It's MactheGuru. Remember, if you're still here, click that subscribe button. Let me know what you thought of the show too. The episode, different things that I touched on or whatever. And as always, man, y'all be easy, be safe. Peace.